If you're watching this video, chances are video games are a huge part of your life. And this has led to many gamers coming up with ways to make that hobby a little easier. Because let's face it, sometimes it can be difficult to do everything. And kicking off our list today of 10 gaming life hacks that you can use is the use the gum wrapper as a trigger trick. That's right, for your mobile games. Mobile gaming is getting bigger and bigger thanks to the popularity of PUBG and Fortnite on the mobile devices, as well as the upcoming Call of Duty Mobile. That's right, COD Mobile is probably going to make a big splash. But one thing that kind of holds mobile multiplayer games back, especially shooters, is that awkward control scheme. Now, it can definitely be a bit weird to play a first or third person shooter with a tiny touchscreen. And this is where I can help you guys out a little bit. By just using a gum wrapper and a little bit of tape, you can make some do-it-yourself triggers for your phone to make the game a little more comfortable. This is definitely a nice trick and a cheap trick, and it can actually be better than buying an actual controller for your phone if you don't have the money to do it. This month's giveaway is for a brand new PlayStation 4 console. All you have to do to enter is like the video, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, turn on those notifications, and tweet me why you want to win it with your Twitter handle included. Okay, next up, and if you guys enjoy this and you find this informative, drop a like for me really quick. Turn old consoles into a PC. You heard me right. One of the best parts of PC gaming is the customization. People really like to get creative with their builds and their displays. One really cool way that you can do this is by actually turning an old console into a PC. Just about everyone has an old game console lying around that they're probably never going to use again and don't really know what to do with. Well, by emptying that console out and buying a few PC parts online or at a local store, you can actually turn that console, make it the shell for your new PC. The only essential parts you'll need to make it run are a motherboard, a power supply, a hard drive, a CPU, and a little bit of RAM. And then optionally, a GPU if you really want to work some magic with your spacing. You likely won't be able to fit all the essentials for a gaming PC into that little console shell, but you can definitely make a functional computer out of it that you can use for browsing the web, watching videos, or even emulating retro games. It's not going to be a supercomputer, obviously, but it's a fun project and a cool item to have on your desk to show off your friends. At number 8, using your phone as an emulator. Everyone knows what emulators are, but a lot of people don't realize that they're not limited to your computer. Due to how powerful cell phones are getting now and how small retro games are in terms of actual hard drive space and required specs, a whole new emulator market has sprung up on mobile platforms. There are emulators for the NES, the Super NES, the N64, the Genesis, the Game Boy, and many, many more available online if you're willing to do a little digging, since you aren't going to be able to find them in the App Store. Be sure to do a little research before you download anything, because there's going to be a lot of crappy ones out there and a lot of shady ones, honestly. But if you're looking to play some retro games from the comfort of your own cell phone, there are plenty of emulators that will allow you to do just that. Work out between games and loading screens. One of the most annoying stereotypes about gamers is that we're all out of shape. Well, I'm not going to say that all gamers are bodybuilders or athletes. We're all not unhealthy either. But what better way to fight that stereotype than to prove it wrong? One great way to keep in shape while still playing video games is to figure out a good home workout routine for you to do during your downtime. Games now have longer load times than ever before, which is super annoying, but a good way to fill that time is to work out. Get some dumbbells or just do some stretches while you're waiting for the game to load. Or if you're playing a multiplayer game, you can do some exercises between matches. And sure, it's only a few minutes at a time, and it isn't a replacement for actually going to the gym or anything like that, but it will keep you active, and after all those hours spent playing games, those few minutes at a time will really add up, and they'll help prolong your health as well. Sitting up straight. This is a really simple one, but it makes a huge difference in the long run. Generally speaking, a lot of gamers have bad posture. When we're playing video games, we want to relax, we want to kick back with that hobby, but this often leads to us having pretty bad posture. When all those gaming hours add up, it can result in some damage to your back when you get older. Make an effort to sit up straight when you play video games, and it also doesn't hurt to get a chair with a very good lumbar support system. You're going to be spending a lot of time playing video games over the years, so it's probably a good idea you don't end up regretting it when you get older with a bad back. If you're enjoying the content, make sure to drop a like on the video. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel with post notifications on so you always get alerted when a new video goes up and you can get that elusive first comment. Using a PC on a TV. One thing a lot of people say is that they don't want to move to the PC because they don't want to use the mouse and keyboard and they don't want to have to sit at a desk while they play. That's understandable, but what these people don't realize is that not only can you use a controller on the PC, but you can also bring the PC into your living room and use it as a TV, just like you would do with your console. Controller support is almost universal at this point in PC gaming, and you'll be hard-pressed to find a PC game that doesn't have it. Then, for the second part, setting up your PC in the living room on your TV is just as easy as setting your console up. So, if you've been wanting to get into PC gaming, but use the excuse you don't want to give up that living room aspect of your console, well, now you have no excuse. You know the option. Using multiple hard drives. One of the most annoying parts of gaming right now is the size of games and the constant need to uninstall and reinstall and reinstall install updates. I mean, everything eats away at your memory. One way to get around this is just get some extra USB drives or an external hard drive and store your games on those. You can find external drives for pretty cheap on Amazon, and when you get one, you can just save your games onto those and not have to worry about installing or reinstalling ever again. You can just throw a whole bunch of games on your console's hard drive, and then you could throw a whole bunch onto your secondary hard drive and swap them out whenever you want to play a different one. And sure, it's a little bit of a hassle to keep swapping hard drives, but it is a heck of a lot easier than having to wait 8 hours for your game to install when you want to actually go enjoy it. Turn on automatic updates. One sure annoying thing that consoles do by default is they'll wait for you to turn them on to check for updates, which means you'll get into that annoying situation where you turn on your console wanting to play some video games, but then you are hit with a system update and you can't play. Well, that's where automatic updates come into play. Not everybody knows this. The PS4 and the Xbox One both have options in the settings that allow you to turn on automatic updates, which will make it so that the console will check for updates and download them when the device is not in use, which allows you to let the system update while you're at work or school and then come home to a freshly updated system instead of manually having to tell the system to download each update when you just want to play. And here's a little tip for you guys for speed as well. When you're downloading a game or an update, put your PlayStation 4 in rest mode. It will download faster. It's not a myth, it is true. Overclocking. One interesting aspect of PC gaming is overclocking. When a PC part is manufactured, it is programmed to have a certain maximum speed at which it will run. But what some people don't realize is that this programmed speed isn't really the actual maximum speed that it's capable of. Put simply, overclocking is the process of unlocking the true maximum potential of your PC parts, which can lead to some really big jumps in performance. The process isn't very difficult if you have a walkthrough, and there are plenty of those you can find online right here on YouTube. Just be sure you have a good one and you understand the potential consequences, as overclocking will usually void the warranty on your parts, and it will also cause an increase in temperature in your PC. So make sure that you have a good cooling system in that PC to make up for it. And finally, using a pot holder as wrist support. Now, if you're someone whose wrists get sore after playing with a mouse and keyboard for a long period of time, it may be time for some wrist support. But what better way to get wrist support than to not have to pay for it, right? One great alternative to actually buying wrist support is just using a pot holder from your kitchen in its place. Now, a pot holder is thick enough that it will give your wrist some elevation, but it's smooth enough that it won't irritate your hands and it won't leave any marks on your desk. Then, if it's still too low to your liking, just get a second pot holder and stack them. That's right, stackable pot holders. Good wrist support is important, and this is a great, free, easy way to get some. And there you have it. Those are 10 gaming life hacks that everybody can use. If you're someone who has video games as one of their main hobbies, which I'm assuming a lot of you are, you're going to be spending hours and hours on it every week. So why not make it as easy as possible on yourself? You guys be sure to let me know in the comments if there are any good gaming life hacks you know that I missed on here, and I'll see you guys next time.